Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. My name's Dom Warnaar. Today we're going to talk about Lucid. Lucid had their earnings call come out today for Q4 2021. So just to give you a quick breakdown of the results, we had 125 Lucid Air deliveries in 2021. We know they've delivered over 300 to date. However, production estimates are set to be slashed by up to 40% this year. This is obviously due to supply chain constraints. So they're going for the goal of around 12 to 14,000 EVs this year produced. Q4 revenue was 26.4 million. 21.3 million came from the Lucid Air Dream Edition deliveries. Balance sheet reflects over 6.2 billion cash on hand left at the end of 2021. Customer reservations for Air sedans have surpassed 25,000. Very impressive. Reservations reflect potential sales of 2.4 billion. And as of February 28, 2022, Lucid has produced over 400 EVs that we know of. Obviously, deliveries are at that 300, over 300 to date. Now, one thing that I'm really going to be focused on this year in terms of Lucid is their COGS, or cost of goods sold, with revenue at 27.1 million but COGS at around that 154 million for 2021. It's really important that Lucid becomes as efficient as possible going forward. I believe they can raise money in the future if they have to. However, the automotive manufacturing is very capital heavy, and if they need capital during times when it's dried up or harder to get, like times of uncertainty like we're in now, it can be weeks or even days for a company like Lucid before they're facing the possibility of bankruptcy, right? Not to scare everyone, but it's clear we got to look at the difficult path here, and the difficult path is now that they're looking at mass production. They've got the car, that's easy. Limited production, get that going, you got things going. You're not really worried about how many you're producing per day. But now we're in mass production, and the amount of vehicles that they build per day and get out there delivered is very, very essential. Now, in the call, I was pretty disappointed, actually. I think Rollinson sounded a little bit like a politician, if I'm being honest. I like the guy, but I'm just calling it as I saw it. I thought that they banged on a little bit too much about accomplishments that didn't matter. The first 5 minutes was dedicated to how many reservations they had and how demand was continuing to grow, which I do think is very impressive. But the reality is car manufacturers don't have a lack of demand at the moment. The only important metric for any automotive manufacturer at the moment going forward is, can you deliver cars, how many, and at what cost? Now, I really felt in the call that they were continuing to sell the car and not the company. I think this needs to change. It needs to be really flipped around. And it would be good to have more insight into what's going on the production lines. I know they talked about the drivetrain on one production line and the car running simultaneously. But what is the bottleneck? Why are cars not being produced very fast at the moment? I know when you jump on a Tesla call, whether Elon's on the call or not, they tell you these are the main things that are slowing down production, because we know when you build a car, you can take maybe little things here and there out, but at the end of the day, the production speed is determined by what is the slowest part of the supply line or supply chain. And just be honest, what is that? Is it batteries? Just give us some idea of what that is. Because maybe then we can predict, all right, is that going to fix itself in the future? Or is that got nothing to do with supply chain issues, and that's a fault that Lucid needs to be on top of, and we can keep them accountable there? They also announced building a new factory in Saudi Arabia. I think this is really premature. I think they should be focusing on exhausting all their demand in the US first. I'm not saying that, until there's no reservations left, but they've built a factory in the US that is capable of building 34 to 35,000 cars per year. And at the moment, we're averaging like 800-900 per year based on the numbers that we have. So obviously there's still a lot of work that can happen there. It doesn't make sense to me why they would go and build another factory. I know they're being pressured by a certain shareholder, but I don't think that justifies it at all, and I think that people on the earnings call, when they're asking questions, should be putting pressure there as well. Hopefully Lucid have a good year though, and they can close the gap on their COGS there. I think Lucid has made an amazing car. I think Rollington can deliver a great service to customers and can build a great company. So let's hope that they can deliver for investors on the production line. And it'll be a good year for them. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I'll catch you next week.